Well, back again. Going to be a part 1 series, part 2, 3, 4, whatever it ends up being. I want to get working on my pop's truck here. I happen to know an idiot has a collection problem, likes to store some stuff around. I'm pretty sure I'm that idiot. Had to run down and get me some parts. Piece of brake line I got's not quite long enough, so I gotta splice in a new piece, get it all the way up to the front here. And I needed clips. Bought some plastic ones. They're just right back here, but I don't like them. Oh, I bought 1/2-inch ones as well for some reason. So I found me some metal ones, some metal cable clamps. 2 different flavors here. Yeah, you're awesome, buddy. You're awesome. Or nobody else tells you, I will. Anyway, I have 2 different sizes here. One for the 3/16 brake line, so I could tie it up to the frame. That way she's not just slopping around and working some fittings loose or creating a hole. And the other one for the fuel line. So I'm going to give you a little tidbit here, a little bit of advice. Any roll of line that you get, I don't have this 100% straight because I didn't worry too much about it because I got to bend it all around and cut it up. Any fuel line you get comes in a coil. Straighten that coil out pretty good by hand as much as you can. Get yourself 2 2x4s. I know these are fence posts. But work with me here. Imagine for a minute. 2 2x4s. Screw them bad boys together. You know, the 8 foot pieces, 4 foot pieces, whatever you can. You know, you don't need a lot. You could do it 2 feet. You could do a foot. The longer it is, the easier it is to work with. Screw them together. That'll give yourself a track right here. And then you can lay it in. And naturally, if it's a 2x4, this will be flat. Lay it in there. And then get yourself a rubber mallet. And you can smack that and make it straight. See, my goal here this weekend is to actually get this to fire up. For the first time in more than 13 years, we're going to change out the fuel lines here. But man, there's just so much room here. This is awesome. I think I'm going to have to climb in here. This actually runs hard line. We're up to the back of the manifold here, down to right behind the engine, and that switches to kind of a braided soft line for about, I don't know, 18 inches, and then it goes back into a hard line, back to the tank, and then back to a soft line again to the tank. I think I'm gonna have to get my knife. Yeah, that ain't coming off. I have to cut that off. It's been a long time since I've been sitting in the engine of this. Well, you know the line is old and bad. This is supposed to be a soft rubber line. Ugh, that's how long it's been sitting. Well, true to its junky nature here. True to its junky nature. I don't know if you can see it. There we go. Okay, true to its junky nature, this cheap bending tool did exactly what it normally does for me, is ends up wanting to kink the line. This one I tried using the bender with, and then after it started kinking it, well, that one's going to be our return. Since it's choked off a little bit, I'll probably try smacking that down with a hammer a little bit, straightening it out. And I just went back to, I'm just going to bend them by hand. As you can see, I kind of put these 2 lines together with some electrical tape. I have a clamp laying here. Well, I can bolt it back to the back of the engine, but that way I can at least finagle a bit down in, and they'll stay relatively even to what I need. This hook's going to take me out. I better move that. Whoa, whoa, whoa! What the heck do I got going? Pull that down, and I gotta fix this. Come on, a little bit. One of these years, I'm gonna fix this garage door. Probably not anytime soon. Problem with it is it's too large for the track, but the price was right. It was free. I used it. Couldn't open the old wood door that was on it anymore, so surprisingly, this actually is an improvement to what the old door was like. I'm gonna fall out of this thing yet and hurt myself. Yeah. I can just see it. Man, it's always good to have zip ties. And when you use them quite a lot, like I tend to do, you get yourself that value bag. They come in handy. Wow. I gotta say, that is almost perfect. Huh. Well, I never would have guessed that one. Now, while I have it out, I should really check that sending unit. Make sure she's reading like she's supposed to. But I'm going to do what I normally do. And it was reading way back, so I'm going to assume it's still reading. Looks good, at least. Besides, if the sending unit doesn't work, we can worry about that one later. Mowed last night. Finished mowing this morning. And I always find it hilarious is, you ever notice when you get out the mower and stuff, so does everybody else. Well, now 2 of my neighbors are out with their mowers. Okay, now I gotta go inside, because one thing I was waiting on here is this grommet for the filler neck here is actually ripped and corroded, and that's the worst thing you kind of want is you go putting her up in place and then going to get a full tank of gas, and she's leaking everywhere, so we're gonna swap that out. Ugh. Watch for flying ratchets. They'd really like to try to smack you in the face if they can. Good thing for cat-like reflexes there, I was able to not really move and just let it hit my throat. Well, I think I might have found my issue here because I double checked the battery and she's got some juice, but as you can see here, there was some really high quality, some top of the line electrical work done right here, which goes from, I don't know what this would be, a 2 gauge or a 4 gauge wire down to like an 8 gauge wire. So I mean, this was nothing but the finest here, and obviously it's come apart. So I think that's my problem. It's gonna run, it ain't even gonna be in there. That's 62 pounds of oil pressure. That's excellent. That's high. Well, after the audience dissipated here, finish off the end of the video. The other Matt is still hanging around. He's cool. But anyway, after 13 and a half years, you can see March of 2010, but it was parked long before that. I think it was parked in the barn in 2009. But she lives again. So now we just got to finish up the front brake lines, shocks, bleed that out, get it down, get some more fuel in it. Gonna have to put some coolant in it, make sure head gaskets are gonna come back around, and we'll go from there. So hope you all enjoyed it. We got alive again. All new fuel lines, brake lines, some kind of catastrophe for the wiring, that's still to be suspected, and I gotta fix it a little more later. But at least for right now, she's alive, and it's torn, and I gotta go finish up dinner. So thanks for watching. Good enough.